But I grew up listening to Rose Muhando. Let me tell you guys. Back then, if you asked me what I want to be when I grow up,
You want to be Rose
I
Muhando?
wanted to sing like Rose Muhando. I knew those lyrics. Hey.
Pussy bado ina record. Yeah, guys, it's about that time. About that time again, you come back to Mungahsodes and listen to whatever I have been cooking for you. I mean, I know I'm among the best cooks in town, but this time round, I can see people looking at me behind the camera with funny eyes, but I know my cooking. Do you trust my cooking?
I don't.
Oh God. God is gonna surround me with people that trust things I do.
But they have to be good for people to trust them. But anyway.
Sawa too. Anyway, today we are gonna talk with this wonderful guest. Today I've brought a guest again. Her name is
Carol.
I almost introduced her the same way I saved her on my phone, but that's entirely on her. So if you didn't watch the previous episodes where she existed, where she was featured, where she was a guest, kindly go, especially the one where she shares her testimony and how she gave her life to Christ. I'd like you to go on that one, and then now you can come and catch up from now the way where this conversation is gonna go. So today we want us to talk about music. Are you ready?
I am.
Oh, nice. Hey, today she's vibrant.
Am I?
I think I should be cooking her tea every time she comes, because whenever she drinks tea, she shows me the other side. I like this side.
For the record, I made the tea. It doesn't count.
Anyway, on other news.
Yeah.
We grew up listening to music, right?
Yeah, we grew up listening to music.
But I think I listened to more music than you did. I mean, I've been living for almost 30 years. When were you born? Barely a decade ago.
I think my face tells it all. I don't have to speak, but let's continue.
Yeah. She looks 40? No. This is what 12 looks like. Anyway, 18 at its best.
What can I say?
I hope I'm not being hard on you. Am I?
No, you're not.
I'm soft.
Oh, just
I mean, the whole definition of a gentleman. Am I being gentle?
Bro. You want me to lie today? Why are you?
No, I don't want you to lie. I'm not asking you to lie. I mean, speak the truth. The Bible says, "And you shall speak the truth, and it will do what?"
It will set me free, but I don't want to speak the truth. It might be brutal.
Oh, and what makes you think that I'm not scared? I'm scared of brutal truth. Guys, do I look like I can be scared of anything? I mean, I've listened to hard music. What's the truth coming from a soft voice like yours gonna do?
Wow. At least the voice is soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fantastic.
Yeah. And I've grown up around hard music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hard music. What do you mean by hard music?
I was listening to Issa growing up, guys. Anyway, I as a kid, I used to hear this song go boom boom ba. Apparently, it's Issa and Nameless. So I mean, I grew up listening to.
But we all grew up listening to that.
You are not born back in the day. I mean,
I feel insulted. I'm old.
Okay. You were born during the era of Issa. Sorry.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Issa is a musical legend, a rap legend in Kenya.
But I saw Kagwe Mungai do. Kagwe Mungai did this album where he did. I think he sampled some of his music to pay tribute to him.
Yeah.
Big up Kagwe. Hey, Kagwe.
Yeah. Kagwe who?
Mungai.
Thank you.
That was so random. No.
Yeah, guys, it's Mungai and this is Mungahsodes, and today we have Karo around and we are talking about music.
Yay. Me.
I just drank hot tea. I think that's why I'm looking this sweaty.
Okay, yeah, sweaty. Sweaty is the word. I was waiting for another one.
Guy, I don't look hot.
I did not.
With
I did
all
not
this
say,
scorching sun and hot tea.
See, you crucify yourself. I did not say you do not look hot. But let's
Anyway,
continue.
God knows. So me, I remember growing up back in the day. I remember one of the reasons I became, I guess, a poet without knowing I was going to become one.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I became a creative was listening to this particular music, boom boom ba, because I can sing the lyrics from the top of my head. I don't know whether you can, especially Isa's rap part where he says, tumekuja kupati, hebu DJ weka traki alafu tuingie sakafu. Like I remember all those things, and then when I was rethinking through the lyrics again, I realized I thought that this Cloud9 statement, I thought that it was our generational thing. Like we are the cool ones who came up with it, and then I realized
It existed.
Isa had said it. Wingulatisa. And then when you interpret it is when you see it.
I probably didn't even hear that.
Yeah, so apparently, like, me personally, for me, music has made me realize that I thought that we were cool because we came up with some things, but we didn't come up with them. We just, like...
Found them.
And then... we didn't find out about them until now you grow up. And then now it makes sense why it felt like grown-ups who are around 15 to 25 were speaking in coded when they were around us. And we thought we understood what they were saying, but kumbe, hey.
And you didn't. We were too young.
Too
But
young.
it felt nice to feel cool.
Innocent.
At that point, that the music, and you see like how they used to dress in these big jerseys. Zinitango hivyo. The basketball ninis. You don't remember that trend? Yakova.
These vest like shirt, vest like tops.
Yeah, and
for guys.
And those cap. Is it like izo cap fulani? I don't know. It just made people feel cool. And when you were younger and you could pull off that look, ulikuwa unajua umeweza. For guys, not for us.
Oh.
See, we were busy wearing dresses, nice cute dresses to church.
I want to imagine that even that time still girls were taking off, not borrowing, taking off with their boyfriends' oversized t-shirts.
Yeah.
And jumpers.
That has always been a trend.
So
but
sad.
anyway, we were talking about music.
Yeah, and it's music that led us here. I mean, because you can talk about the past music and not remember the memories it held. True. And how the perspective has been changing. It's like you've been seeing this mic from this side, and then you've been drifting all along until you see the other side, and you're like, oh, so there is this writing on this end.
Yeah, music is like a representation of the culture at a certain time. Like you can tell what culture was there at the time by the music people used to listen to. Like when I talk about culture, they involve dressing and stuff. You can just watch a video and be like, oh, so this was what was cool during this time. And how people used to act, the language they used to speak, it brings out their culture. Oh,
I remember you pointing out one of my best friend's dressing codes on IG, and you were like, oh, she is stylish. And then I'm like, okay, this was a style.
Which one?
Yeah. Don't want to mention names, but she sings.
Okay.
And she's my best friend, so if she's watching this, then she knows.
Big up, best friend. we liked your dressing.
Ooh. Yeah, so music for me, and then now you grow up, and then you like now go to church, and then now church music.
Yeah. But I didn't tell you about what I listened to growing up.
What did you grow up?
To a lot.
Sorry. Anyway, pardon.
This is where we close this podcast. But anyway, I listened to a lot of Rose Muhando. Some of us grew up in very Christian.
Oh, dawa.
Like we used to have like this whole album. You remember that Ni Bebe song? I could
Oh,
sing
good.
that.
That's Rose Muhando.
Yeah.
I'm confusing her with Esther Wahome.
Oh, yeah,
So the
there's
moment
also
you said
Esther
Rose
Wahome.
Muhando, I'm like, you guys are the ones who started using Dawa before you even went to Java. See what I did there? Dawa, Java. Dawa ni Yesu.
Wow. Okay, sawa. Sawa. So, as I was saying, before I was very not rudely interrupted
With a bad pun.
by a not so funny pun.
Oh, God.
I was saying that I grew up listening to Rose Muhando. Let me tell you guys, back then, if you asked me what I want to be when I grow up,
You want to be Rose
I
Muhando.
wanted to sing like Rose Muhando. I knew those lyrics, from the very first song on the album.
But that
very
was not
last one.
half, that was like later on.
But I was
like
still
Nibedo
growing
was-
up. It counts.
That makes sense for your age. No wonder. For me, if you tell
I
me
know
Rose
Munga is working
Muhando,
so hard to prove that I am a teenager, but guys, I'm not.
for me, like Rose Muhando song, if I tell you the first song I listened to Rose Muhando,
Which one was
and
it?
it was on a tape, not even on CD or anything. It was on a tape, like a cassette. My mom bought a cassette. It was Nimekukimbilia
Oh, yeah, there was that.
ewe Bwana.
There was that too. I mean, I used to listen to that song and think that that is like the definition of suffering. Like whenever I listen to that song, I would cry. I'm like, why will someone go through all this? She was so dramatic. She made us feel the Nini, but she was a legend. She
When
still
gospel
is.
music was gospel
When
music.
gospel music still is gospel music, but back then it was a different thing.
But do you feel like gospel musicians back then was more spiritual than now?
No. I don't.
You don't?
Yeah.
Anyway, you listen to a lot of Kenyan gospel music so far.
Yeah, actually the music right now is more genuine, more spiritual. Okay, I don't know much about the past, but right now I'm in it, and I know that people out here are guided into writing the songs they write, and they're investing a lot of energy into it, I feel bad whenever people say shame Kenyan gospel music, because there are people out here doing wonderful music for God, not for themselves, not for money.
Probably we're not talking about the same people, right?
We are probably not talking about the same people, but just
probably I'm sampling the ones you're not sampling.
probably, yeah.
Because I also realized you're asking me if I know this couple, if I know this musician, if I know this music. I'm like, okay. The moment you say it's Swahili, I'm like, that's why I don't know it. With all due respect, I still listen to Kenyan songs. It's just that I guess this last couple of years, I guess I've been listening to a lot of secular. So
yeah, but guys, you should listen. I'm an advocate for Kenyan gospel music.
I'm
and when I
coming
say
back
Kenyan
to
gospel, I don't just mean the ones.
Promises.
No. There's what is trending, and sometimes what is trending tends to block people. It overshadows what is real, because there are people out here doing like genuinely good music.
Wow, you can mention some of them so that at least they get some traction on their channels.
Okay. Hey, there are people like Pitson.
Pitson is big. Mention someone who doesn't have the audience. But I listen to Pitson apparently.
Those are the people I'm talking about, because the images created on most minds are people like Akina. Okay, I'll speak this from the past. Nini, I've heard people say Akina Bahati, Akina, you get. And
but it's like they have really like shadowed.
Yeah, so whenever people
music
talk about Kenyan gospel music, that is what comes into people's minds. And right now people are doing very good, genuinely good, and they put in so much energy and effort.
I miss Adonage.
There are people like Adonage, Karura Voices, Sounds of Worship. I was in Sounds of Worship, that's why I'm excited about that. There are people doing good.
I was in the Lord.
He was in the Lord, yeah. There are people doing very good music out here, so guys, don't play your own people. They're doing a lot.
They're doing a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
give credit where it's due.
Oh, and Mavuno Worship.
Mavuno Worship. I saw their latest
Usifiwe.
song, Usifiwe, and the other one.
Usifiwe.
The other one is called One I Follow.
The One I Follow.
The One I Follow.
It goes like, Jesus, you're the one I follow.
I give you my today, tomorrow.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Riga. Is that his
Oh yeah, that's Riga. Someone
Yeah.
was asking me his name, and I was
That's
not.
Riga.
It was. I was like trying hard to remember, but I didn't remember.
nice.
Yeah. Riga and Maluki, Joel Maluki.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Maluki is like, he's a very loving guy.
Okay, so we left it.
We left
The
at
transition from
Rosmuhando.
Rosmuhando.
But Rosmuhando is not Kenyan music.
Yeah, it's not Kenyan. See, we
But
were
what you
talking
were
about
growing up
music
listening
we grew up
to.
listening to.
But now that you've said music I grew up listening to, I remember Rafton.
Rafton, Daddy Owen, Danko. And those guys were Mokozi, Fundi Wambao. I don't remember how they were.
Nimesamehewa, ninapendwa na Fundi Wambao.
Yeah, there was that.
That was even before Tobina.
There's another one. Tobina.
That was before even Tobina. Like, there's these guys who used to sing this amazing song. I used to rap along.
Yeah.
That's why I told you by the way, I am biased about music. When I listen to more rap than I listen. Like, if you are rapping a gospel song, I'm more likely to listen to you
than you. Wow.
Than the other songs.
And I'm now very biased on the other side. I'll tend to listen to a song because of how well someone is
R&B or something.
It doesn't have to be R&B as long as you have a great
Even if
voice.
it's rap.
Even if it's rap, as long as
I'm
you
more biased.
like some really nice melody to it, I will listen.
I grew up listening, but then there are these ninis we are not even mentioning. Like this guy who sang Lango, Liko Lango. Like those guys, like those Congolese, they were in the music scene.
Wow. Yeah, they were very like. There was also this group called
Seremala.
Makoma. Seremala.
Seremala.
There's this other one. And I had like this group, Karura Voices, did an indie of it.
But then these people, I used to listen to them because of my family. And they're always on the tapes. I'm talking about tapes. Like, we bought our first DVD in 2007. And sadly, it didn't used to play, like... You remember those CDs that you would go and buy that have several movies inside? Yeah. It wouldn't play those ones. So we would be forced to go back because we just want to watch TV for the sake of at least we are not studying.
Yeah.
Or rather to cool off. And Nini, we used to play now the songs that mom had bought, and the CDs were mostly music because we also didn't have our own money. So we would have to save up 50 shillings before we could watch a movie. But for mom, not my dad. My dad has those old cassette tapes. Even today, Bob Marley, these old Lucky Dube. There's one written Lucky Dube.
Your dad is cool.
So before you were born,
really cool.
My dad used to listen to that. After you were born, I've never had my dad listening to music. He only listens to radio, and if it plays music, that's the only time he listens to music. But the intention is not the music; it's news. So it'd be like Nyamazeni and Masaya News. But in the long run, I will listen to people like. That one has dirty lyrics. Although, not dirty, but when I understood it as a grown-up, now I'm like, those lyrics are not that clean. Something like Dr. Reading. And then there was this song. Okay, these Lingala-ish songs, those ones are the ones I guess my dad used to listen to now after I grew up now.
Me, my parents used to listen to Kikuyu gospel music, guys.
Oh, my mom also bought those ones.
I'm so good at
Kikuyu gospel music was there.
I'm so like very. People ask me like, how do you know that song? I'm like, this is what I grew up listening to. Like we had.
E.g. Can you mention them so that I know that you also listen to them?
There was this guy called.
Or just harmonize.
There was this guy called Philip Kimani. There was a whole album. He used to sing some song called Abba. But anyway, I'm sure you don't know that one. That's a bit deep.
Well, okay.
But yeah, oh, you remember when you mentioned Seremala? I remember this song. It was called Maribu.
Malebo.
Malebo.
Ah!
You know, the other day, like, I listened to this concert by Karura Voices, and they did a cover. They sounded so well. I almost didn't
Of Malebo?
notice. Yeah, you should listen to it. It sounded so well.
Ninamwimbia Malebo, amekata kuokoka.
Yeah, it
So-
sounded so nice. That
so-
was so creative, by the way.
Do you know I have a story about that Malebo song?
Yeah.
Because in class 8, my deskmate was called Humphrey somebody.
Yeah.
But he had been nicknamed, before he joined the school, he had been nicknamed Malebo.
Why?
And that was because the guy had refused to behave like a Christian.
Oh.
But funny enough, with my things, he was honest and he was so honest. With me, because when I became his deskmate, as much as he had this other character with other people, where maybe he was untrustworthy with money and stuff like that, with me, the guy was just good. I found favor. But I was like, it's my label, I've had it in a song. And then they were like, we named him because of that song.
Oh. Now that we mentioned that, I remember 2 songs.
You also named someone after a song?
No. I just remembered 2 random songs. Merimela and Pamela.
Oh, ooh, good
Merimela
Lord. I was in
Kipenzi. I said that
class
song.
8.
We were singing it like it was. We used
Merimela
to sing it
Kipenzi, Rafiki wa
in the
karibu.
van on our way home.
Oh, good Lord.
And
you've said-
Pamela and
you've said-
Pamela
you've said-
Njo.
Oh, yes. You said van home. I remember the last time I was on a van home, one of the most popular songs back in the day was Lonely. I am so lonely. That was the most popular song
Those are the songs you used to listen to.
in the vehicle going home, and everybody will sing along to it.
Wow.
Because, hey, good Lord, I was in standard 5. I think 4 to 5 there.
Wow.
Because in standard 6 now I become a boarder, and then my music taste is now controlled by the wanaitwaje watu wa entertainment
Prefect.
Yeah.
Wow. Those used to be like the coolest people in school. You had to be cool to get that position. Like per the standards, whichever school you were in, you had to be very cool to be in that position, unless your teachers were mean.
And then there is this
I just remembered this song. There's this song. The first time we ever noticed Willie Paul. Which song do you remember? That song he did with Gloria. Sitolia.
Oh, Sitolia, mama.
Everyone was listening to that song. And we thought he was so cool whenever he sang back then. Right now I'm
He's
looking
still
at
cool,
it.
I mean.
Yeah.
Give the guy credit. And then, our musical scene has drama. When I think about the people that used to give us the gospel, and now their current situation, you don't even want to talk about them because now they're burning. At least. But then where did Esther who? The one who sang Kunada, where did she go?
She still sings, imagine. I think she's not like hitting as much as she used to before.
She was called Esther who?
But it's Esther Wahome.
Yeah, Esther Wahome.
Esther Wahome is the one who started doing like cool music in Kenya back then, gospel music. So
Sang
she's a
abroad. I
legend.
remember the music she shot in Europe.
Yeah, abroad.
But the one that remains our favorite, if it had YouTube views, that would be Kunadawa.
Yeah, true. She outdid herself on that one.
Yeah.
Which other people used to like bless you back then?
So funny enough, my sister used to listen in class 8 now.
Yeah.
Class 6, 7 to 8 there, my sister had started introducing me to women of faith.
Oh, your sister
Apparently,
was
and
cool.
now
My brother was introducing me to rhythms. That was the first time I saw people dancing, like not well dressed and shaking their nini on their knees. And you know how rhythms are so extra. I used to be like, I used to like report him to my dad. I'm like, Ati. My brother's name is Mwangi. Mwangi aliaka wimbo mbaya leo. I was such a snitch. Jesus.
Now that you've mentioned about the circular scene, I remember, back then I didn't know it was Nyashinsky, but I had heard him. you know the way you've seen it, but you're a child, so like I've not put two and two together. But I think I also had this bias towards gospel because also being raised in a Christian space where I'm expected to do everything like a Christian.
Yeah.
But that didn't stop me from watching the beat. Because I remember I watched the beat. I know you're not
The
born,
beat.
but it's
What?
you found the beat.
I used to watch the beat every
And
day
then-
after school. Although I knew my mom wouldn't approve. But
Before
I loved the
Straight Up
music.
was introduced,
Yeah.
then Dance 360.
I said, if you were not watching
then-
the beat back then, were you cool? I don't think you were cool enough because the beat was fire.
But then people talk about the beat. Who talks about the stomp?
I don't know the stomp.
Oh God. That was MTV gospel sessions in the morning on Sundays. The few countable Sundays we missed church.
The stomp. I
We
don't
used to
remember
watch
that.
something called the Stomp. It
Eh.
would bring us all the gospel music, kina Ruth wa Moyo.
For real, me, I remember.
Eh.
I remember the one I remember was the one near DJ Mo and some lady. I don't remember her name very well. I don't remember what was Skumbuki Jinaki ata, but she wasn't the stomp.
I think I came to know DJ Mo way after Nini they produced Nini. It was this song with Jimmy Gates.
Oh, DJ Mo used to host Anini. You remember there was Rauka on Citizen, and then now there was another one on. I don't remember the name. But he used to host whatever was
like,
happening on NTV at the same time.
Before these Rauka things, I guess.
Yeah.
If I'm right.
Yeah.
Because I don't think even back then we were so interested in Citizen TV. We were mostly biased about NTV.
For real?
Yeah, me growing up, we loved NTV. We wanted to watch the cartoons on NTV. We wanted to watch...
Well, the cartoons on NTV were fire. That one we accept.
They were streaming directly from Cartoon Network, so it was perfect.
Ah, yeah. NTV gave us like a nice cartoon experience back then. I don't know if they still do, because nowadays we rarely
Did you find Cartoon
Network?
Nini, did you find what's this name? Good Lord. Something 360. Courage 60.
Eh?
Courage 60. Where a cartoon which was made up of this
Courage.
grandfather.
Yes, I do.
Nini, this Shosh, and then this dog.
And the dog
Courage,
was always
the cowardly dog.
Yeah, he was always doing mischief. And the man knew about it, but the lady was like, "Oh, Courage is such a nice dog." Okay, back to music, guys. We're sorry. We're drifting.
Memories and the memories
Yeah.
bring back. Anyway, I'm avoiding this copyright thing so that.
Just tell me.
So.
Now, what was like your experience when you were in like high school? What kind
high
of music were you
school.
listening to?
High
I'm sure
school
you were
mu-
listening to Rhythms. I have a feeling you were. That's
I
probably
hated Rhythms, but they were the thing in high
during
school.
your time, right?
Yeah, I hated them, but my ears were. I couldn't close my ears. I think that's around the time before I even joined high school. That was around the time this song called. Okay, I don't want to mention it, but it was released. That was the time Nani was popular. This guy, what is his name? This guy that did a really dirty. Okay, like that's I think the one song which had like ladies with almost nude. This guy, and it was
Conscience.
Yeah, Conscience. That was around that time. He had blown up, and then there was this guy called Elephant Man.
Elephant Man. You
And
know, there
then
was this
there's
like, before we
Helicopter.
go, Elephant Man had this song. I don't know, but there was, I don't know whether it was a myth or it was the truth, that there was this dance.
Gully creeper.
Yeah, and people used to say that's like the dance you are going to hell or something. So I used to be so afraid. I loved the song, weirdly. Yeah, but I was so afraid that when I danced to it, people used to tell me. And there was another style there that we used to do. Like I can't really do it right now. And people used to say to you, writing 666. Hey, Jesus, Kenyans.
But I think that was around the time everyone that was rich was in Illuminati.
And they used to tell us stories of Beyonce. You're like, Kwanzaa, I remember this. They used to say, you see this song, Rihanna, Diamonds. They used to say, like, what she's saying is demons. I'm like,
Diamond.
Diamond. And I used to be so
Where-
afraid. I was such a child.
we can't say we grew up without mentioning this popular star before he fell off the charts. This popular guy called Chris.
Brown. His girls and rock.
I remember his song, a certain song where he talks about, I think, waking up. And then there's...
I woke up Chris Breeze. Is it that one?
No. I think that was one of the few songs about... So as I was saying, like, I listened to song because of the lyrics. So I remember the lyrics, I don't remember the melody. I remember singing this song also from the top of my head, because there's only a few songs I've sung from the top of my head. This song called... What do you
mean by the top of your head? No,
from the top of my head, like the songs I can sing without
from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, I knew whose lyrics at least I was so interested that I crammed them.
Okay.
You know, for the gospel songs we could sing them because, like, I don't know, we just know gospel songs.
Yeah.
But now for these other secular songs, for me, I had to put in work to know them.
Wow. I was that person who had a book in high school who used to write songs for people. And they were mostly secular because I thought it was cool.
Oh, so you cram and then when you go...
No, the thing with most of us who are very musical...
Exposed?
Not exposed. We don't cram.
So you don't want to accept you were exposed compared to your...
Okay, yeah, exposed. Mm-hmm. We don't cram. You just tend to, like... You just listen to music and you just end up just getting it very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, people who are musical. Guys, there's a category. Anyway.
There are levels to this thing.
Oh, kuna levels.
Kuna,
people call them
kuna
levels.
Sisi, alafu kuna... Wow. I did not point, guys. I did not.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, for me, there's this song, a love song by Jennifer Lopez, and
the one that had William Levy in it.
If you sing the lyrics, I'll know. Yeah, that one. I don't want to sing it with my voice because I don't want people to judge me.
When I look into your eyes, it's over. I don't remember.
Yeah, that one. And then there's now that you mentioned that one, it brings this other love song about people growing up to the oldies.
Which one?
Shina Twain, something like that, if I've said it correctly. Forgive my Kenyan pronunciation of the name. You know, I realized, you know B3 from Worship Harvest?
Yeah.
Do you know that in Uganda she's not called B3? She's Beatrice. Because if you write 3, it is thrice. So Beatrice. But Kenyans, we call her B3.
Well...
You know, they called us out on...
We accept it. We allow it.
They called us out during the transform meeting.
Yeah.
And they were like, Kenyans call you B3.
And you know, like people out there are so quick to like know our accent. Mm-hmm. And like for us it's the other way around. You might think you don't have an accent until you go out there. And people are like, once you just speak and they're like, oh, you're Kenyan. Kwanza, this thing we do where we add C to everything. See we go. See we do this. And you don't notice it. We never notice that we're doing it until you meet like someone from another country and they're like, what is C? What is C?
I noticed it because I once used it rudely against my parent and I paid for it dearly.
Yeah, don't use C with your parents. Back to music.
Because I was like, si nilimwambia, and then they were like, unaambia nani? Who are you telling si
Who are you telling si?
Yeah, so those are the days.
Yeah.
I
remember another one. Nimesahau. But tulikuwa pale kwa Chris Brown. There's a time Chris Brown used to maliza Kenyan girls. Not only Kenyan girls, but women out here.
Were you born during the era of Too Chill?
Yeah. Wait, guys. He is working so hard to prove that I'm a child.
But at least you don't know the storm.
Probably it's because I didn't watch that channel or something. It's not that I didn't exist.
You're a Nairobian, right?
It's relative. It's relative depending on your definition of
In
who a
Kenya, a
Nairobian
Nairobian is basically someone who knows things before other Kenyans knows. Like, wait, not for YouTube. Songs used to hit in Nairobi, and then they would come to, and then they would come to Mashinani. If we didn't hear it on TV, we wouldn't even know it.
You'd hear it from.
Or if we didn't also hear it on radio. And it's Nairobians mostly who controlled the taste of music, I guess, across Kenya, in a way. Because even movies,
Yeah.
I remember these guys that will come from Nairobi and they will be like, have you watched this movie? And then I'm like, oh, okay.
I feel like in my school everyone was from Nairobi, so I wouldn't know how to
Not
do
to
that.
relate. Oh.
I wouldn't know. Not everyone though, but majority of the people. So when you say I'm a Nairobian, I'm like.
So that's why you don't even know you are exposed when I'm telling you are writing lyrics for people, and you think you thought it's your brain, and it's not just your brain. It's because also you knew music they don't know.
But people in my school knew music.
Okay. In my school, there are people who now sang our songs and you'll be like, wow, I've never heard that one. Yeah. So you'll be like, wow, hey, who is that? Who are you listening to? So when you go back home, you have a list of people you...
Let me tell you about another song that really trended during my high school days. There was this song by Jason Derulo and Nicki Minaj. I don't even...
Not
it was called Swala...
Swala la la.
I know.
Oh,
that
one.
thing.
Oh, God.
I know it's not the best, but that thing, it was like the thing. And my school had like these big speakers. We used to call them ground shakers. So once you hear that song, everyone is running towards the
Dining hall.
yeah, to listen.
Oh, you also had the entertainment in your dining hall?
Yeah.
Oh, so these schools are just economic all
they're
the
very
way.
economic, because why would they have an extra hall?
But in Kitale Academy, I think we had a different hall. Not I think, except for class 6 and below, the ones who used to live in the upper dormitories. For the class 7th and 8th, the ladies' dormitory and the girls' dormitory will be separated, and then they will have their own entertainment spaces. So whatever the girls were watching was not whatever the boys were watching.
Interesting.
Yeah, I came from such a school. And our school had a swimming pool.
You know, he sounds like those people I went to Alliance. Let's go back to the music, because he started sounding like Alliance people. Anyway, let's talk about where are we now? We're in our high school days.
We are in high school.
Music
And there's this music in my head that I don't want to let slip off.
Yeah.
I also listen to this rap music, gospel music, which was also among my favorites, although I didn't get exposed to it so much.
Yeah.
I didn't used to spend, I'm not the people who used to spend money on musical CDs. So there's I will spend my money on movies. Music was an extension of other people buying them, and I would be listening because they bought them, but not my money.
Oh, me, I don't think I really ever bought.
So there's this
CDs.
gospel music that was called Tabasam. Tabasam, siku njema imekuja imekam, piga magoti sifu Bwana sema
I don't know that one.
Oh, it was our favorite for
But
me.
then there was this other group. It was, I don't know if it was like from Pius Moiro's church.
Oh, but then Pius Miro also used to control music in a way.
Yeah, there was
because
this
his music would be a hit.
No,
because he was always having airtime.
Oh yeah, there's that, and then now there's a group of young people from his church. They had this group.
They used to dance. But I don't remember the songs.
I also don't remember their music, but I remember I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, it was cool, but I just don't remember it. I don't know how.
And then there are people back then. There are people who started really early. Akina Kambua, Masimosika. They used to do like some songs.
Now that you're mentioning, there's a song we used to sing wrong lyrics, but I think at least we know it.
Yeah.
It was a gospel song. It was going usiku, not usiku na mchana. Usiku na mchana twakupa sifu. Oh yeah, but today is when I realized she says day and night, Lord, we give you glory.
What did-
For
what did
us,
you-
we
what
used
did
to
you say?
sing day and night, Lord.
Oh my god! And you say I was the child. I think by the time that song was coming out, I was grown enough to know to know what she means.
Where?
Eh,
I used to sing my own thing.
That's why I told you there's us and then there's.
But then there are so many songs where we will sing our own
There was
thing.
this other one. There's this one we used to sing by Amani.
Mhm.
It was Roho yangu mia.
I
And then
am
people used to
missing my
say,
baby.
Roho ya. I don't know if it's Ngamia, Gunia. I don't know.
Oh, good lord. Erico Mondi pops up.
Enrico Mondi doesn't do music, does he?
He doesn't do music, but he does after
parodies.
Kajairo, he does parodies.
Yeah.
Kajairo sets the trend for the parodies because he does this song called what? I remember. Good lord.
I don't think I would.
And then
remember
Kajairo would wear these trousers which were slim. They hold your thigh. They're tight at the thighs and then they are baggy towards the legs.
Yeah, I don't remember him very
Ridiculous.
well, but
I watched Ridiculous.
When? Like back then when it was happening?
Yeah.
I swear that's a bit too old even for me.
Yeah. I think I'll get some sounds for using, especially in this moment. I feel like there should be like tee tee tee.
Focus, guys.
Chiki,
Focus.
chiki, chiki.
Focus.
Like.
So we were talking about the music that really trended during our high school days. I remember another one. I'm sure you won't relate to this one, but those if you get it,
Probably
you get
it's
it.
circular.
Yeah, it is. It is. I used to be this person who used to have like a very fine balance between how I listen to gospel music and how much I listen to the secular ones. There's this one that there was this group, Tanzanian. They're a couple, Navi Kenzo. They had this song called Kamata Chini. I swear, that song.
Kamata Chini.
Yeah,
Kamata
it
Chini.
got.
I don't know who, but funny enough, most of the time I didn't know who sang the song. I just knew
the song. That song got people in my school like going
crazy. Gugu Gaga.
Yeah.
And then now that you're mentioning Tanzania, I'm remembering this guy that used to sing these funny gospel songs. Narusha ugali inashika kama
That's
stick.
Kenyan.
Yeah, see, I'm saying now that you, but I'm just saying that now that you, but anytime you mention Tanzanian song, I'm thinking about a gospel song. And most of the gospel songs I watched are...
What was his name?
He even did an advert for Mulika Mwizi, nae atatoroka. Maningwe.
And Maningwe just showed up out of nowhere and he was doing Kwanza with that song, Ugali Sosa. And you know that song was really telling... It was telling like a very... He had a very like good way of telling...
sharing the gospel.
He was sharing the gospel through like humor, and it was so nice. Yeah. Everyone was singing that song.
I would vibe to his song because I know there's something coming.
Yeah. There was also another one he did. It was called Boda Boda.
Wawili mimi na mke wangu.
But then whenever I saw him. He still sings, only that he doesn't. I think he probably doesn't do his own music because I saw him in a group. Doing BGV or something, so I'm pretty sure he still at it.
You mentioned that, and then I remembered about Baiskeli. There's this song, a very famous song, probably mostly in Kisumu, that will play on the radio, especially when going to Kisumu. It used to sing, "By kukuka panda baiskeli."
What was the name of that guy? He was Tanzanian.
I don't know. I probably don't care, but I just know. And then,
I remember
there's this song that had this dance where you hit your legs together. When I was growing up, it's called what? It starts with a B. I don't remember the name. It's not coming, but I remember we used to do that when we went to Showground back in 2000. I guess 2002 or 2001.
Yeah. Okay.
I started going to Showground in 1999.
How old are you?
Slightly below 50 and...
Dude, it's true, you're old. Even 201, you're already going to Showground. You're probably very old. You're
You'll be
definitely
surprised
not
what
a
I was
Gen
doing
Z.
by 209, 201.
Acha tu.
Hmm?
I am back to now. We're in campus. Well, what kind of music are you listening
Campus,
to in
campus,
campus?
campus, campus. Campus, boring CU music. New songs every day, boring. I hate worship, I hate CU, I hate going to CU, and then now I move outside. And then that's
Wow.
when
Guys,
that was 2015 to 2018.
our friend Shiro is
20,
here.
20, 20, 20, 20 what? 2015 to
Our friend
20.
Shiro is here, and she's looking at Mungai like she does not believe her meaning that worship music can be boring. But according to Mungai,
Gospel music, I hated it. But in Mary University, I
But
just,
coming to
it was
think of
traumatizing thinking about those songs. I felt like they were off. I think even the music set. I personally, for me, in Mary University, anyone that was singing, I'm so sorry, but I hated the music. I just didn't see the church end for me to leave.
Wow.
I just used to show up in church because I didn't also want to be a
Well, I feel like I also had such a phase.
I hated it.
I
Good
didn't
Lord.
understand. I was very much into some.
And
I
then-
used to listen to a lot of.
Nyashinsky saved me because that's around the same time Nyashinsky makes a comeback. And then now I move out from Mary University CU, and then I join now Redeemed Church, Aponja Church. And then I also don't hate their songs, but I don't like them so much. They're not my favorites, but I don't hate them. At least we have this girl that used to dance to Rose Muhando songs, and she's young, and we will be like, how can this small girl dance this amazingly?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's your dislike for, but you represent a majority of people, so we accept. People are different.
I really disliked it.
People are different.
I really suffered. I really suffered listening to
Hey,
whatever music that was.
I think hata mimi. No. But no.
But
Like
then
I've told you,
I'm
I've
trying to
always-
recall what was I listening to back then, because I really hated gospel music because of the way it was being sung at CU.
Oh,
It
you
was
see,
it was so
wasn't the best.
it was really
But you still do
traumatizing
that
in a way.
even now, so it's not something that started.
No, they used to sing English songs, and for me, I love English songs. But then that's around the time I bumped into Lauren Daigle songs. I bumped into her song called Loyal. Your love is loyal.
Yeah.
You know it?
Yeah, I know it.
Awesome. But the good thing is they introduced me to other musicians. Tasha Cobbs, Tasha Cobbs is still the Tasha Cobbs Leonard. There's another
Kisha.
those names confuse me, but there are several songs in there which I would listen to in my own laptop which were good. And then I get introduced to P4CM. Passion for Christ movement. A poetry, one of the biggest poetry events to ever do it before Neres poetry is born and comes and overtakes it. You know P4CM?
No, I don't.
You know Joseph Solomon?
No, I don't.
You don't know Joseph Solomon?
No.
Oh God. Okay.
You see, the same way you have this thing going on with music, where you like,
Good.
guys, I know most of you are lovers of poetry. I'm not a hater. I appreciate it, and I actually support my friends who do poetry. But I'm just not.
You know Jackie Hill Perry?
Yeah.
Preston Perry?
No. Please stop asking me, because I don't know majority of them, and I'm not.
I'm not
ashamed to
asking
say
you.
it.
There's no issue in you not knowing them.
Yeah,
but if you had known them, it would have helped me give you
I
context.
think I know Jackie Hill Perry, but not
Now she's
even
the
from
wife of Preston Perry. I know you know her
Ah.
probably from her podcast right now, because they're doing a podcast with the husband.
I don't know.
She's an amazing spoken word artist.
Wait, I know her through not her poetry.
Genetics.
No, not through her poetry,
Preaching.
but through her music and preaching.
Oh.
So you see, we know her through
me, I
different-
know her in all scopes, but poetry was what
back
introduced me
to
to Jackie Hill
music.
Perry.
We were talking
Perry.
about.
Yeah, so there is Lauren Daigle who comes and saves my soul with her God-blessed music.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to Lecrae first time.
Wow.
And I started listening to Lecrae in campus, I think in 2017 there. I didn't know about Lecrae until then, and then people are like, "You're a poet and you don't know Lecrae, how?" Yeah, so I know Lecrae then. I love his music. Then I listen to who? I love Mali music. I get introduced to Jonathan McReynolds.
Jonathan is awesome.
Yeah, but his song got me through COVID. It got me through the traumas I was going through back then. I bump into Travis Green, Intentional. Those songs.
Everyone knew Travis Green through Intentional.
Yeah, so Nini. No, I didn't know him through Intentional, but after I know him through Jonathan McReynolds, where they performed during an award ceremony of gospel music. I know him now through Jonathan McReynolds. Because they sing all of their songs together as if it's one song. And they always thought it's a girl singing. Until one day I played the song and I was in the sitting room, and now I'm waiting to see this girl that really sings with a very melodious voice. And then it's Jonathan McReynolds.
Jonathan will be out here confusing you for girl.
I thought it was a lady. I sat down now, I'm waiting to see that girl that really sings so beautifully. And it's a guy. And then he did this beautiful song which I love till to death about his even when I'm I think something about being enough, like God reaffirming you in spite of me, Lord is still loving me. It's called Loving Me, yeah. And then I listened to Pressure, Black and White. You know his song Black and White?
No.
Okay. Not Black and White, it's called Grey. No, Grey, sorry.
No. Me and him are not that deep, but I appreciate his music.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get to know all these artists. These amazing artists.
Okay.
Yeah, but their music, you see how wide music is?
Well, music is wide. I think one thing I'm learning is that there's so much music out here, and God has put so much diversity for everyone. Like you see, when we were in high school, our minds were a bit narrow, and we thought that just because someone doesn't listen to popular music or whatever it is you consider cool, they're not cool enough. But right now I understand that it's okay that there's so much out there that we are all allowed to listen to what our soul desires, and
what ministers to us.
What ministers to you.
And you know
I'm pretty sure even this conversation, there are people who are like, oh, why are you not mentioning this?
Oh, but Sauti Sol.
but there is so much. There's so much going on in the music world, and people are doing so much that you appreciate what you appreciate. There's something for everyone. Oh, just to be a representative. A minute, just to be a representative of my people. There is Mogithi music, guys. I know you won't relate.
My parents told me it's ungodly music, so perspective.
Yeah, I'm out here. Wait, I'm speaking from both gospel and secular music, because if I can listen to redeems, then I should be able to listen to my own people. So I was one of those people who, as much as I didn't, my parents are very Christianish. I also got to listen to Mugithi growing up, because there's a time we did not have TV. We didn't have TV. We had radio, and when it's radio, you don't control whatever song is playing next. So, as much as I may not look like it, I love Mugithi music, and I appreciate it still now. I don't listen to it as much, but it just blesses me.
Oh, that's cute.
It's good. It's good music. And
I have not mentioned
and that's not like people in the gospel music doing Kikuyu.
Guys, we have to cut. The camera is about to go off.
Oh.
We'll continue this conversation.
Bye. We didn't mention a lot of things though.
Imeenda kuzima. Ningezima ingesave yo.
Kai, kuna nyesha meta ifika kwetu wake. What's the time? It's 8. No.